When hope is gone, undo this lock and send me forth on a moonlit walk. Release restraint level 0. It's not that complicated, it's doing gotta believe. Put me down in a hole before I let you stay. I never been complacent, I can't afford to pay. I know you think you're special, but you ain't nothing. Can you read between the lines?
Hey guys, this is Devoid of the Ravenclaw. Welcome back to another fanfiction story. Now let's before I get into the explanation of Izuku's quirk and its drawbacks, this series is going to be split in 2 different arcs. I won't go into much detail because I don't want to ruin anything. So let's get right back into the story, or let's get the story started, regardless how you want to say it. Izuku in this story is related to the Bakugos by Bakugo's mother's side. Inko is Miski's sister. The rest of the family rest of the family kind of disowned Inko because she decided she wanted to be a villain. So they disown her from the entire family. Her and her husband Asashi would do pretty much petty crimes, blackmail, robbery, even occasional bank heists, and once in a while they would commit murder. Izuku has a chemical explosion quirk. Each time he uses his quirk, it slowly poisons him until he comes up with a formula to reduce the amount of poison that's in his body. In the formula, he'll eventually create something in the form of an antidote that will completely negate the poison effect, but it'll give him a bit of a resistance. He could also train himself to resist the effects of his quirk through training, but let's not get into that right now. And he's able to use his blood as a detonated charge, so he could remotely destroy something without blasting explosions from his feet and hands. His chemical explosion does poison anyone exposed to a greater degree than it does himself. How it works, how it poisons other people, is from the smoke that his explosion makes. If they breathe that in, they'll slowly start to get poisoned, and that's pretty much how it works. And it also soaks up in the pores, so either way, you're gonna get poisoned. It depends on how much he uses quirks, how much of a greater degree you get exposed to the chemical poisoning. As we start our what if, as a couple is walking into the bank with their 6-year-old child with blonde hair and red eyes. His feature is clearly noticeable. As the blonde woman pulled out a gun and shot it in the air, everyone on the ground. Anyone that tries to be here will get a nice little bullet through the head. My dear husband, will you be a dear and make sure no one hits the silent alarms? If they give you lip, kill them. It's a pleasure, dear. You heard the lady. If you set the silent alarms, I'll boot you full of lead. One of the bank staff did try to resist, so Hasashi used his fire breath to burn him to ash. Anyone else feels like being a hero? Please, give me a fucking excuse to fry you. As Inko walked up towards one of the scared bank staff. You're coming with me. You're going to take us to the vault, sweetheart. Dear. Make sure you keep everyone well behaved. And me and my son are going to go to the vault. She pulled the woman by the counter, by her arm, and placed a gun against her head. As the young lady knows that she has no choice but to open the vault. Please, don't kill me. I can't open the vault. I don't have the code. The only one who has that code is the manager, and he's on vacation right now. Well, that's a real shame. It's a pity. She grabs the lady by the face and burn her and turn her into ash by this grand and she basically burn her to death. That's how Inko's quirks works. Is she can only use fire by physical contact by her palm of her hand. As she looks at her son, you know what to do, sweetheart. If you do this for mommy, I'll take you to the ice cream shop. It's like a game. If you get into the big metal door before the heroes arrive, you win. Okay, Mom. I wouldn't lie to you, sweetie. Okay, Mommy. Now hold still. This might hurt. As she cuts his hand a little bit, then she grabbed his hand and picked him up and traced his blood all around the vault door. Now do what I told you. Do you remember? Yes, Mom. As he connects both his ingot figures together, as there's a loud explosion, as the vault door falls down as it hits the ground. Mommy needs you to do something special for me, okay? Sweetheart, I want you to take this duffel bag and fill as much as money as you can. I have to check on your father. It seems like we have company. As Inko hears shouting in the lobby of the bank. When Inko made her way to the bank lobby as she watches her husband fight some low-tier heroes, she's getting a little bit irritated that her husband is just messing around with them. Just playing with some low-tier heroes. Stop playing with your food already. Just kill him. We're on a timetable. We need to get the money, get out of here before someone higher up the food chain shows up. Just kill the bastard, or I will. Jesus, fine, I'll kill the bastard. Women, you know. As he fried the pro hero with his fire breath. Considering I can't trust you to do a simple task, help your son gather the money. I will deal with any of the newcomers. Do I make my fucking self clear? Yeah, I hear you, bitch. Say that again and you'll be the first person I kill. Whatever. As Sasashi walked into the bank vault, hurry up, you brat. Stop coughing and get yourself moving, weakling. As he kicked Izuku to the ground, as he ripped the duffel bag from his hands, as he belittled his own son, as he told him to go to his bitch of a mother and get out of sight. I don't want to see your face. I told your mother she should have aborted you. You fucking waste of space. You can't even use your own goddamn cork without getting sick. Pathetic. I'm a fucking ashamed to be your father. When Inko saw her son, she completely ignored him. She got what she wanted out of him. That might be her son, but she doesn't care about him one bit. She's only using him to get what she wants. Sadly, his youthfulness is running its course. She was planning to get rid of him once they had the money. When her husband gathered all the money, she noticed some high-tier heroes finally showed up, as she got a devilish she got a devilish idea. She's been saving this for emergencies. She injected some sort of vial in her son's neck, making his quirk go out of control. It's a drug she developed. It's a version of a quirk enhancer, but it has one major drawback. It turns whoever takes the drug into a berserker, in a berserking state. And their quirk is extremely unstable, but they have no control of their body or their actions. As the little boy unleashed a devastating chemical explosion, killing all of the civilians in the bank alongside a couple of the heroes. As the couple made their escape without their son, abandoning him to the for the heroes to capture him, so they have a good distraction to get away. The boy was slowly subdued and placed under arrest. The hero organization fully understood the boy was not in his right mind, but they didn't care. They feared his quirk if he ever became a villain. He was too dangerous to be unchecked, so they sent him to Tartarus prison. He spent a couple months waiting for his mother to rescue him, but she never did. He came to realize on the fourth month that she abandoned him. His time in the prison was brutal. The guards would torture the young boy for kicks. Then they would have, once they had their fun with him, they threw him in a new prison cell. As they threw the boy in front of the current resident of the cell of a woman known as Lady Nagant. She sees the boy barely alive. She spent the past couple months trying to take care of him the best she can. She was shocked to see such a young boy in Tartarus prison. Jesus, what did they do to this kid? Those fucking bastards. When Izuku when Izuku finally regained consciousness, Izuku crawled underneath the bed, scared. Basically when he woke up from his little torture session with the guards. I'm gonna hurt you, little one. She extended her hand in a gesture that she's not a threat. When he finally got out of his hiding spot, he ran towards her and hugged Lady Nagat and started crying. She can tell the boy was scared. Lady Nagat spent the next few weeks slowly gaining his trust until she finally got him to reveal what happened to him. It was not surprising that she was extremely furious that this young boy parents would treat him in such a way and simply use him to escape with their crime, to manipulate him to doing something he clearly doesn't know what he was doing. The next couple of years, Lady Nagant took the role as his surrogate mother figure. She knows his intelligence level is his intelligence level is extremely high. She also took the role as a teacher as well. She taught him everything she knew from every subject you would learn in school, and fighting and hand-to-hand combat and battle strategies. Lenny Nagant was quite surprised to find out the boy was quite the strategist. He had the perfect mindset for it. 3 years has passed. Izuku's around the age of 9 years old. Lady Nagant spent the last 3 years prepping him for the death matches that the guards host, putting inmates against each other for their own amusements. Even Lady Nagant's been in those death matches a few times. Death is not guaranteed, but it most likely will happen. It depends on your opponent. It's a good possibility once you enter that ring, you might not come out. That's how they keep their numbers down at Tartarus, so it doesn't so the prisoner population don't overrun the guards, so they can stop future riots that would occur. Of course, these death matches are a well kept secret, especially from the high ranking heroes. If they found out, they they could cause some problems. Listen, Izuku, when they come for you, don't resist. I've done what I can to get you ready for these Tartarus death pits. I know the name sounds ridiculous, but that's what the guards call it. Just remember what I taught you, and you do fine. They will deactivate your core canceling collar to a point where you could actually use your abilities, but not to the full capabilities. The guards here are pretty much douchebags, but they're not stupid. Of course, Mother. I know you do fine. Don't worry. We'll buy some time until we can find a way to escape. Then, then we'll make them pay. All of them. I'm extremely looking forward to it, Mother. Of course you are, my dear. The next death match should be about the next couple days. Just, uh, just make sure you're prepared. But what if they put me against y'all? What if they put me against you, Mother? They don't put two people in the same cell block together or in the same cell. You don't need to worry. Even if they did, I would never hurt you, sweetheart. The next day has arrived as the guards came for the boy and dragged him out. He did what his new mother suggested. He did not fight them. He remained quiet and focused, pulling pulling sorry, pulling out his rage that he's held in for the past years that he's been in Tartarus, as he's about to finally unleash it in the most brutal way possible. When he entered the pit, he sees all sorts of prisoners behind a metal fence, alongside the upper booth where all the guards are watching the death match, and taking bets. As he stares down a full-grown man, the moment the black-haired man saw his opponent, he started to laugh, as he thought this was going to be an easy match. He's quite looking forward to killing this kid. You gotta be kidding me. This is who they have me fighting? Oh, this is gonna be good. Sorry, kid, but you're gonna die here. Even if he's 9 years old, he's been taught several fighting styles. He's nowhere near mastered them. Be- because of his small stature, he can't utilize his fighting style to its full potential, but it will give him a fighting chance in hand-to-hand combat. He'll just have to rely on his speed and his agility. The moment they started the death match, the man rushed towards the young boy. Everyone heard and saw a green explosion that makes the man go flying backwards, hitting the wall, making a crack in his cement. Okay, that was unexpected. I guess I need to take the boy a little more seriously. Izuku has a smirk on his face. He knows he's won this battle already. The man is unaware of the fact sorry. The boy knows the fact of his quirk. The man's unaware that he's been slowly poisoned, but not enough to not enough to have a full effect right now. It's going to take a little bit for it to take full effect. The chemical poison affects the whole body until it gets to the heart, and that's when the fun starts. The more he inhales the chemical smoke, the more the more poison that goes into the body. That will accelerate the poison. He just have to buy time until the effect fully shows itself. And he can't go crazy with his quirk, or he won't be it will not end well for him. So he has to play this smart. If he's able to train his quirk, he might be able to build a resistance towards the chemical effect that it has on his body. But he can't probably do that while in Tartarus. As the man rushed towards the young boy, then when he closed enough distance, he shot out some sort of energy out of his hands as the boy, known as Izuku, goes get flown backwards by the impact of the beam. As once he hit the wall, he coughed up a little bit of blood from the impact. Izuku. Ah. As the man walked up towards Izuku, grabbed the boy by the neck and lift him up in the air. You fought well, kid, but this is where you die. Izuku starts to laugh. What's so funny, brat? This. As Izuku spit out blood on the man's face, as he connected both his index fingers together, as the blood exploded in the man's face, as he let out a scream of pain from the explosion on his face, basically, as his face is very disfigured. When the man fell to the ground, screaming, Izuku got on top of the man and let out explosion after explosion in the man's face repeatedly. As the man elbowed the kid in the face to force him off, as the grown man pushed past the pain, he can tell something's wrong with his body. As he starts to cough up blood, what the hell did you do to me, brat? Simple moron. I poisoned you. You see my quirk is explosions. Now can you tell me what type of explosion it is, you moron? Of course, I highly doubt you'll be able to figure that out. How much of a moron you are. Do you feel your body getting weaker, getting dizzy, like you have no strength to move? And the coughing fits? That's quite nasty. Welcome to my world. Don't worry, you'll die soon. It's gonna be a slow, agonizing death. I'm gonna kill you, kid. I highly doubt that. You won't be doing much killing. After all, you're gonna die. Goodbye, loser. When you finally see God, tell him I said fuck you. Who am I kidding? You're going to hell. Tell Satan I said. Tell Satan I send my regards. As the man starts to convulse, as he goes into shock, as he finally dies, when the poison finally got to his heart, as green liquid starts to ooze out of the man's nose, eyes, and ears and mouth, as the guards came to remove the prisoner from the arena and reactivated the core canceling collar to take the boy to his cell. The moment her surrogate son was put in the cell, she noticed his coughing fits after the guards left. Then she rushed over to his side to place him on the bed. As he has a high fever, she's fully aware how his quirk affects his body. She knows she can't do anything right now in her current predicament, being stuck in Tartarus. So all she could do is comfort him the best of her ability until the effects wear off. After recovering and sent to the pit several times, he made a name for himself around Tartarus prison. Inmates and guards alike inmates and guards alike fear him. Despite being in Tartarus prison, he was happy to be with his surrogate mother until the guards ripped her out of the cell by force. While they're trying to pull her out of the cell, she's holding on to his hand. As Izuku's not letting go of her. Son, I'll find you. I won't abandon you. I'll find you no matter what. That's a promise. As they forcefully remove Izuku's hand from hers, as they hit Izuku's side of the head with a nightstick, as they drag her out of the cell into an unknown hallway, as a black portal opens up, the mysterious man hands over a briefcase full of money to the guards. Pleasure doing business with you. My master will be very pleased. Come with me. Master would like to have a word with you. She didn't want to go and leave her son alone, but she knows that she can't do nothing at the current time. She can't do nothing right now, basically. But she fully intent for her to find a way to get him out of here, out of Tartarus prison. As she reluctantly followed the mysterious man in the black portal to meet his master, she might be able to strike a deal with him to get him out of Tartarus. As she disappeared, as we cut to sorry, as we cut to when he was about the age of 14, he is bound up. He's bound up against the wall with chains, confining him to the wall as a mask is over his face, in some sort of straitjacket. After Izuku killed 8 guards and 20 prisoners when he was about 12 years old, they had to put him in a higher security cell. He's became more violent ever since Lady Nagat mysterious disappeared. He was even too much. He was even too much of a liability to put him in the pits. He's way too dangerous. Several guards enter the room, pointing their rifles at him as a small rodent wearing some sort of suit is behind them. I don't think that's necessary, gentlemen. He's already confined to the wall. You don't understand, Principal Nezu. This sack of shit is very dangerous. Don't be fooled by his age. He has killed many guards and prisoners alike. That might be so. I wish to have a word with him, alone. Sir, that wouldn't be very wise. I wasn't asking, gentlemen. Understood. We'll be outside if you need anything. As Nezu watches the guards leave the cell, hello there. I'm Principal Nezu. I've done my research on you when I stumble upon your case. By accident. What of it, rodent? Nezu completely ignored his comment. I've tried my best to get you out of here, but my hands are tied down. That doesn't mean I haven't gave up yet. I'll get you out of here. You should have never been brought here in the first place. No child should spend his childhood in Tartarus prison. But someone very high up wants you to remain here. Of course I have. You should give up. What do you mean by that, young man? You shouldn't give up hope so soon. I'll be frank with you, when I get out of here, a lot of people are going to die. Everyone responsible for keeping me here will die, including my parents. The people in the hero organizations are going to fucking die as well. I suggest you give up. I'm what you call a lost cause. You could tell I'm not very stable. At least that's what the shrink said before I killed her. I'm fully aware of that incident. I don't believe I know that you're angry at the world. But I know you're no villain. And yet, Mr. Nezu, my loving mother and father are villains. I come from a villain family. That's why the main family don't want anything to do with us. My so-called mother and father abandoned me and used me as a scapegoat. When I get out of Tartarus, when I get free, they'll be the first one to die. Slowly. Well, I see you're not in a talking mood. We'll speak again. My time is running short, but don't lose hope, young man. As Principal Nezu left to see what he can do with the limited power he has, the guards come in. Alright, you little psychopath. It's time for lunch. As they unchain him and take off the straitjacket and remove the mask, as they guide him to the mess hall where all the other inmates are eating lunch. Once the loud doors to the lunchroom, once they got a glimpse of Izuku, everyone remained quiet. They stopped eating or talking with each other. The moment he went to go towards the food line, Everyone gave him a wide berth, not even looking him in the eye. When he got his food from the lunch lady, he sat down at the far end of the table, or one of the tables at the far end of the room. As he begins to eat his food, until one of the new arrivals did something stupid that no one would be stupid enough to do. They know that would be a death sentence. As the man swiped the tray off the table, as the food hits the floor, as everyone backed away, leaning against the wall. I've heard you're some sort of big bad tough guy. You're nothing but a punk kid. It's about time someone put you in your place. Be running things around here. Now, and who's going to do that? Don't make me laugh. You could even put a cat in its place. Regardless, put me in my place. You clearly don't know how things are run around here. Allow me to educate you, because simply, you seem like a moron. As he tripped the man while still sitting down, as he grabbed the man's head and began to repeatedly ram the man's head against the metal table, as he held the man's head against the table and picked up the butter knife that was on the right of his hand, and he repeatedly stabbed the man in the eye, then used the spoon to gouge his other eye out. As the man fall down to the ground bleeding. Alright, children, apparently you forgot who the fuck I am. I'm going to make myself perfectly clear. Outside the guards, I'm the one who's fucking in charge here around here. I am the judge and executioner. Everyone who try to challenge my authority, this is what will happen to you. As he calmly got up from his table, dusted himself off, as he snapped the man's neck by stomping his foot into his, basically stomped his neck by his foot, repeatedly stomping his foot into the man's neck, until he heard a nice crack. Ah, I love that noise. As he picked up his lunch tray to get another serving, as the lunch lady was scared shitless, the guards gave her a look to proceed. As she gathered what courage she had and gave Izuku some food, as he sat down on the same table, and immediately began eating like nothing happened, like he didn't kill someone right a second ago. Now shut up and eat. I suggest you all sit down and behave yourself, losers. I want to have, I would hate to have to discipline more. I would hate to have to discipline you some more. As everyone shut up and sat down quietly to eat their food, no one dares to try to cause a ruckus, as they're all scared shitless of the blonde boy. They're just relieved that he's more stable today. That he wasn't just in, they were just relieved, or they were counting their stars that he wasn't in one of his psycho moods. As a couple of guards dragged the dead body away, after lunch he had to return back to his cell and put on the straitjacket and get get the chains wrapped around him and pin him to the wall. As he has to wait, he has to be in that state till dinner. He found sleeping very difficult in this position. At least at first, but he slowly got used to it. As we cut to a flashback when Lady Nagant left with Kirigiri. As she exits the portal in a dark room, seeing some sort of figure on a big chair hooked up to some sort of medical device. You must be the famous Lady Nagant. I am all for one. You might have heard of me. I've heard a few things about you. You're some sort of boogeyman, according to the rumors. As All for One cackles from her comment. So what do you want with me? You clearly want me for something. After all, you did break me out of Tartarus. Smart woman. I need your assistance. I need your specific talents. I need some people out of the way. considering your old profession. You would be best suited for this task. I don't kill anymore. I don't do assassinations. I'm sorry to hear that. But you must want supping. Everyone wants supping. What do you want? Power? Another quirk? If you accept, I will grant you another ability that would quite nicely complement your current quirk. As tempting as that is, that's not what I want. I only want one thing. And if you could provide me with what I want, I might change my mind on my no assassination opinion. Very well, I'm listening. I want you to free a young man from Tartarus. You could say he's my son. I want him out of that god-forsaken place. If you could do that, then I'll assassinate anyone you want. Children is out of the question. I don't kill children or pregnant women. That's non-negotiable. That's acceptable. I might be a villain, but I'm not a monster. Very well. What is your son's name? I'll see what I can do. It might take me a little bit. This sort of thing takes finesse and grease the right pockets. He goes by the name Izuku Bakugo. Here's a list of heroes and some key figures in the hero organization. I want you to silence permanently. While you work on this list, I'll see what I can do and get your son out of Tartarus. Fine. But if you backstep on our deal, I'll fucking kill you. Many has tried, Miss Nagant. You don't need to worry. I'll keep my end of the bargain, as long as you do. Fine, I accept. Good. I look forward to your results. As we end with the flashback, as we cut to an unknown world, in an unknown place, as you see a blue-haired girl filling with some sort of large equipment, as she's trying to create some sort of portal device while using some sort of blue gemstone in the Undercity. This is going to be so awesome when I finally finish this. Let's just say it's going to be explosive. As she spins around her chair, as she flops her feet on her workbench, fiddling with a small mechanism to put in the machine, as that's where we're going to cut it. Hope you guys have a good night, and have a good night and day. Judge my time zones, and I'll catch you in the next video.